the Jetpack Boost, and did it work?
Okay, Jetpack Boost. So last time we talked about this new WordPress plugin called Jetpack Boost that was supposed to fix the 3 web core vitals, which are going to become a ranking signal in June through August. I installed it on the client's website and immediately broke it.
Ooh, nice.
And that's because, and in hindsight, of course it was going to, because to fix the things that it says it has to fix, it had to remove things and remove code. I did a baseline comparison of data. Let me see if I meant to actually publish that. There it is.
Is this why everybody all of a sudden is talking about page speed?
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. That's why. Core Web Vitals.
Yep. All right. So here
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
going
Googling
to.
as you're talking.
Yep. I'm going to share the results with you now. So before and after. So here is the first line. Here is the performance score. This is the page speed score between 0 and 100. This is the first of the web core vitals, largest contentful paint. This is the closest we can measure to the second web core vital. It's not first input delay, but it's as close as we can measure objectively, called time to interactive. And then third is content layout shift. This is before I did the plugin. This is with the plugin. Then I had to immediately remove the plugin. So the average score before the plugin of this website was 60, the median 68. So people who aren't math people, average is the total divided by the number, median is the most common. So if there's a difference between average and median, that means it slants, that there's more higher than lower. And so 68 is a yellow score, not bad, but not terrible. The worst page before the plugin was a 33 out of 100. That's considered red. The best page before the plugin was 86. That's pretty good. It's still yellow. Now, if we just did performance score with this plugin, we increase our average from 65 to almost 80. The median meaning the most common, the pages, there are more pages that are 92 than anything else. That's pretty darn good.
Yeah.
However, the worst was now 16. One of them went from 30. Well, we don't know if it's the same one that went from 33 to 16. We just know now there's a 16 out of 100, whereas before there was only a 33 was the worst score.
Right.
However, the best page went to 99. So that's really good. But we can do the same thing with largest contentful paint. These are in milliseconds. So we went from 5 seconds, average 4.8 seconds, median, to still yellow. So this did not do a lot to fix largest contentful paint. The best largest contentful paint, in other words, the lowest largest contentful paint time was 1.8 seconds, which is in the green score. But gosh, 1 was still 10 seconds. So that could mean like there was a massive image on that page. Time to interactive, I didn't really compare that, but you can kind of see some ideas there. Commutative layout shift, which is one of the hardest things to do, and it's not a speed thing as much as a way the code's written thing. That really did improve it significantly, meaning that some pages had a 0, which is optimal, like perfect for cumulative layout shift. So it worked. And if the only thing was this worked on your website, I mean, if the only thing was to get these 3 scores, this would have made an improvement for the site, except for this weird thing where the performance score on some pages was actually lower. I don't understand that. But it totally broke the site. It was so bad that while I was preparing this data, the client emailed me. He's like, David, site's broken.
Oh,
I was like,
God.
oh crap.
Wow.
Like I got to take this down quick, because it just so happened I did it like in a Friday morning. So looks like the data shows that the what's it called? Jetpack Boost does help, but caution, buyer beware. Buyer beware. It's free. It could break your site. So I would recommend, if you do it sometime at a low traffic time, maybe like in the evening, Friday evening, because there's nothing more fun to do than spend your Friday evening installing WordPress plugins, says
Yeah, why not?
nobody ever.
Maybe your Sunday morning.
Oh yeah, Sunday morning. There you go.
Monday
But
has a morning.
here's some data for you. I hope this kind of helps. I should have zoomed this out so you can see it a little bit better, but you could. Anyway, clearly makes a point of an improvement, but yeah, can break your website.
So is this plugin still in what they consider a beta state, or, are they really saying it's ready for market?
They, as of last week, they said it was ready for market.
Mm.
That's why we installed it on this client's site. The week before is when they released it. What I have to do with this client is I got to go through and make sure there's not any super large images, which I expect there are. In fact, I know there are. But I being not a developer, the homepage was totally broken. So we couldn't use this on this site to solve these problems. So what this client's looking at is a complete website redesign at this point. But I'd love to see anybody else's data. In fact, if I will even open this up to this group. If you want to try it, I will run a screaming frog crawl of your website before and after and come up with this data.
Sorry, is that a technical term? Screaming frog crawl?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's this little frog that screams all the way through your website. It's really cool. How does it sound, Tricia?
I can't remember. It's a really weird sound.
I'm sure you could do it.
Moxie
Screaming
might
Frog
do it
is
in
an
a minute.
SEO tool that crawls websites for you.
That is bizarre.
It's a great tool. It's one of my favorite tools. But Lavanya, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
I don't know if it's conclusive, but there's some data.